to Health Hits Experience, the anti-ASMR experience.
Yeah.
I'm the librarian Breely, and welcome to the show. We're back once again. This time we're back in Diction current day. No more rock and roll for us. It's time to get serious. We've got a split party in 3 different areas of the clock underground, and we're gonna see what's rocking, what's going on. My goal today is to try to get everybody, so we'll see where we end up, where we go. Disjointed storytelling will be the name of the game for a little bit, but, you know, follow at your own risk. Things can happen simultaneously, just like in real life.
What?
It's amazing. I
don't think
know.
that's how
I
it
am
works.
quite the puppet master. All right, so we're going to start with 2, considering it's been the longest since we've seen what's been up with him. I'm going to try to get us back into that state. I'm going to go over a little bit of where we're at, and then if you have anything to add, feel free.
Okay.
So, after having been forced into the service of the Copper Fangs, 2 manages to get up the clock tower unnoticed and retrieve a spider's egg unscathed. The journey back down was mostly uneventful, except for a member of Pine's staff noticing 2 sneaking out of the clock. The gum still has a hold on 2's mental state. That's where we're at right there. Anything you'd like to add?
The only possession that 2 has right now is a scrap of cloth from Rizzo's coat.
Yes.
That
correct.
well, and the egg and very balled up web.
Yes, and you told me that you stuck the web in your hood
Yes, and the
and the egg.
egg is on one side.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we got some things in your hood, I assume is over your head.
Yep.
And you've stumbled out of the clock tower, and now where are you going? What are you doing? Let's see. I don't have any of my clippy clips, and that's
They're
okay. They're over there. I've got some. I've got enough. So you've still got broken ribs.
Oh my god, you still
Yep.
have broken ribs.
Where is, and then you are, so these are aspects on the scene that we can use if we need. As far as I understand, you've got a lot of fate points there, my buddy me
No,
lad.
I've got only 2
okay,
left.
we've got 2 left, and that's your refresh start, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then I get one for you whenever we do that.
Unless it doesn't count because I don't have any of my stuff with me at the time.
No, that's not how that works.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Worth a try.
Yeah.
Okay. But if we want to talk about like general clock underground aspects, we've got encroaching darkness, we've got run by 3 gangs.
Great.
We've got full of criminal tourists.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I mean, these are things that have been on the
Yeah.
scenes before. I don't think I have anything else at the moment, but you are, as far as I understand, lost in
Yes.
the clock underground. So what are you
Absolutely.
doing?
Okay. Well, attempting really hard, first of all, to remain focused on
Focus.
just being able to walk forward despite the fact that everything is currently dancing around him. Like,
Correct.
quite literally dancing around
And
him.
I will give you a fate point for some fun Candy Cross Faded. So,
Okay,
your
yeah.
options are gain
Uh-huh.
a fate point or give me a fate point.
No, I'll take a
All right,
fate
take
point.
a fate point. So I am compelling your Candy Cross Faded,
Okay.
and whatever was happening is worse. I think. now.
Great.
I think your cheese wheel is back.
Gosh. Not the cheese
You
wheel.
know what? Maybe we'll say it's even like a cheese wedge. It's a different guy.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's an
different.
entirely
It's a different
different
one.
guy.
What
Yeah.
type of cheese?
You're really fixated on this cheese.
Laughing cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
I
laughing
think maybe
cow
like a
this
Swiss
time.
with some like holes in, like a classic.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Holes in it, just like 2's
Yeah.
brain right now.
I think so. Okay, so what are you trying to do?
Well, attempting to get back to any place. It narrowed down because first it was like, okay, trying to get back to the place I was, but then it's like, I don't remember where I was. And it's like, okay, try to get back to warehouses. And like, I don't know where warehouses are. And it's like, trying to get somewhere where he sees the like copper fangs. He remembers very clearly that they are very bad at hiding.
They are
He
bad.
is very cross.
You lost them.
Lost them.
Rizzo helped
Yes.
you lose them.
Yes.
You don't know where they are.
No, I have no
and
idea
you're
where they are.
cross-faded as hell.
But is trying very much to just find, because they're like, oh, they were lurking very poorly in the shadows. So kind of stumbling around into places that are darker. But as I understand, as he's been up in the clock tower, things have gotten a little bit darker as well.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of areas for you to hide.
Yeah.
Certainly. I think that'll be easy.
Great.
If you're trying to like find a dark corner. But are you like trying to find a dark corner to sit out your trip in?
At this point, yeah, because
Okay.
it's like not accomplishing anything.
water.
Can't get anywhere. I
Yeah.
don't think you could find water at this point.
No. I think it just keeps getting. I think, and this is, feel free. This I feel like is a story beat that I'll let you contribute here. But I feel like because it was such a large amount
Oh yeah.
of sugar, that it just keeps getting. Your tolerance is higher than 2's.
2 is also just
A little guy.
tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
tiny.
small.
So I just think it just keeps going.
And it's like also
That's a
at this
bad
point he
feeling.
doesn't have like adrenaline anymore. He accomplished the task.
Yeah.
And everything's coming down and he's just like, I can't focus. There is a dancing cheese who's also yelling at me because I left his friend behind.
The little Swiss wedge is like, how could you? How could you leave him behind?
And he just eventually finds an alleyway or something and
Yeah.
just like curls up in the corner.
Great, excellent.
It's too loud.
It's
too much.
too loud, too much. The Forever Weed Brownie is really hitting you.
Yeah.
We hate the forever.
We
The
hate forever.
Forever
Weed
Weed Brownie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think maybe the cheese wedge also is saying some things of like, how could you leave?
Yeah, it's just like-
how could you too? You were safe before. How could you leave?
Just like, what the frick is going on?
And as you're sitting there, I think you're just not taking in external stimuli. And I think somebody hands you a glass of water, something, and
Jumps back a little
Yeah.
bit, but takes it and looks at it and tries real hard to focus on the person who just gave it to him. Like follows the hand up to the arm to the face.
so you see a very sweet-looking mouse, who's got, I believe, spectacles. Couldn't tell you, but I will say spectacles. Little spectacles. Who is wearing a sparkly cape and a high collar, but it looks very tearaway, like,
Okay.
and in moments, you know,
Dramatic.
she could take it off very
Yeah.
quickly. You can see there's like fairy Velcro. I don't know what that is.
It would just be Velcro.
I don't.
yeah.
Velcro, I think, wouldn't scale to clothing. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's not
Okay.
what we're here to talk about.
Got
if
it.
we get there, the Nerf gun comes out.
We can.
We won't. You want to stay on the show?
Don't get kicked off. I want you to stay around for a while. Also you, for the record, but just
Okay.
also too.
All right.
Yeah, I think she's trying to talk to you. I don't know if you're hearing anything.
Just focusing like slower.
And she like gives you a very quick like look around, make sure nobody else is like around, make sure you're by your
Yeah.
and are you alone?
Right now. Yes.
Oh, baby. Do you need a nap?
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get kidnapped again.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah. No. I don't.
Different gang this time.
Yeah, you know what happens.
I mean, you don't see any shiny teeth on her. So.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And this lovely mouse takes you to her little house
Okay.
in the Clock Underground. It's a very quaint little, almost cottage-like in the middle of the city. The inside feels more like it belongs in a cottage rather than the outside. But the outside has a little flower bed full of Doc's paper flowers. You wouldn't know
Aw,
this. You would know
no.
this. And so it's like a little flower bed outside. And it's got a lot of fabric inside. It's nice and soft and cozy. And when you go inside into this house, there is a little bedroom. It's a very open concept. You can kind of see everything.
Yeah.
A little bed off to the side, and then the rest of it is like racks and racks of clothes. Not even clothes,
Okay.
racks and racks of costumes. I don't know if you would know this. There's a lot of clothing items.
I feel like it looks like a swimming sea of just bright
Fabric.
colors.
Yeah.
Probably shiny,
Yes,
Yeah.
lots of shiny, lots of colors. There's a whole section that's like color coordinated in browns and blacks and blues. And it's very cozy in here. It's dark. Everything's
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
dark. And I imagine you're also kind of losing a little bit of your vision here, like everything going on.
The hood.
Yeah,
helps.
the hood comes up.
Yeah.
And so now you're in this lovely mouse's home.
Okay.
And she like gestures to the bed. She's like trying not to give you complex sentences because you're having a hard time.
Funniest mouse we've ever. This is the kindest person I've ever even heard of.
She's very nice.
She looks at the bed, sets down the glass, which he hasn't drank anything
Oh
from.
no, too.
Doesn't.
Oh, buddy.
But he looks at the bed and he looks at the mouse and like, there. Just kind of like pointing at the bed.
You might need to sleep it off.
Okay.
It looks like you're having a bad time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got watch. Go take a nap.
Okay.
And she hands you like I don't know, like a knife made out of a keychain like loop like thing that's like, does this make you feel better? If I'm bad, you can get me, but you need a nap.
She handed a knife
Yeah.
to a super drugged up.
Yeah.
Who hasn't invited a drugged up person to their home,
And giving them a knife.
given them a knife and
Right.
said, take a nap in my bed?
And you know, if you just
And
don't
you
like
can.
me, you can just
Stab me.
go right for it.
Let me just say this. You're in the underground.
No,
Everybody can
yeah,
take care of
that's-
themselves.
That's fair.
She hands you the knife while hiding the gun.
But you nod slowly and he's like, okay. And does go over
Yeah.
and still holding
Yeah.
something, but
Yeah.
Don't trip. More than you already are.
Okay. So,
Yep.
you're going to take a nap.
yep.
Let's do
Naptown.
I think we should just roll this
Population
as
Yeah.
like a healing basically.
Okay.
Because we put Candy Crossfaded as a on your thingies.
We did not put candy crush.
We didn't?
No.
Oh, I'll heal your broken ribs. It's the same thing.
Okay.
That's fine. I think the two of those can go together. I think because at some point we need to get this off. So, what are your ribs at? 2?
Oh, yeah.
What's the status of your ribs?
The status of the ribs is currently at a 4 for the consequence.
Oh, on
It's the
4.
Yeah, it's the moderate consequence.
Oh. Okay. Well, what did you roll?
The straight out roll was 0.
Oh.
It was a very neutral roll.
Okay. I mean, I feel like because I was gonna say like physique for this
Okay.
because you're just naturally sleeping and healing.
That's a 1.
Well, that's not helping you on either one.
Could I potentially bring in the high concept, which is headstrong street urchin?
Yeah, I'll let you pay
Okay.
a fate point for that.
Okay.
And that takes you to what?
That would take me to a 3 then.
To a 3. I'll let you apply that to Candy Crossfaded.
Okay,
How about
cool.
we do that? Since we didn't actually put that on your consequences. It was just a tagged on aspect to you, so I think for now that works the best.
Cool.
I can't see.
Going to heal those broken ribs manually at this
Yeah,
point.
I think at this point you might need to.
We're just gonna have to put you in a full body cast.
You might need to take another round at dock.
Just imagine, you know those kids in like the snow coats where they're just like big old marshmallows? That's gonna be you, but in a cast.
Okay, so
IRL. Shit. Anyway,
how long do you take a nap?
I don't know how long would a half a stick of gum last normally.
12 years. No.
Wherever we
After
run
a
it. Van
12
Winkle.
12-year coma.
Rip Van Winkle, what's happening over here? You tell
Probably
me.
like
and I'm gonna
4
say this. I'm gonna
hours?
say this in the like context of at some point y'all are gonna have to reconvene.
Yeah.
But we haven't really set like a solid what's happening. If you go further into time, you're just gonna have to wait to catch up to everybody else.
I'd say 4 hours just because he's already had it on him for a while. Like the entirety of however long it took him to get up the clock
Yeah.
tower and then back down. So
Okay.
4 hours.
We'll say a significant chunk.
Yeah, you don't want that all day high.
Again, forever
No.
we run. Let's go.
Don't want that.
That's a bad time.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down. So I think just this is me saying this out loud for everybody, but we're gonna kind of play based off what makes sense narratively as far as where people are in time.
Makes sense.
But keep in mind that I think two story is further than everybody else's right now. So just FYI. All right, I need something nicer. We need some nicer music because this is.
Trip gone wrong music.
It is.
I'm
Abby did
liking
a
it.
great job. This is cross-faded, no clock ticking. And now we're just gonna just do this. So hopefully, wow, this Sirenscape, get it together.
I feel like we trash on Sirenscape.
I
a lot.
love Sirenscape, but this is not doing hot today, and I don't know why.
Sirenscape's struggling real hard today. But
Sorry.
when it's good, you never notice. So, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, all right. So you wake up. There is a mouse on the other side of the room. Again,
Okay.
open concept. And she's like eyeballing you a little bit. She's got like a little mug of something. She's just watching. She's like not death staring you down.
No, just
just
kinda
kind of like, all right, okay.
Still breathing?
Yeah, you good? You good over there?
Yeah.
And now, so we're taking Candy Crossfaded off the table.
Oh,
feel like we're probably-
he feels his ribs again then. Ah.
There is a benefit.
Yeah.
Doing one
You
thing.
heard it here first, folks. There is a benefit.
There
to
is a
drugs.
benefit. Pain management. Okay, actually, I might keep this one.
Perhaps we may
Perhaps
make a
we may
mother
later.
appearance.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Sit up first, because kind of confused and disoriented. That last bit was more or less a blur. So sits up, sees the blade again, like looks around and then sees the mouse, like, "Hi,
Howdy.
thank you. Also, I'm sorry."
Oh, no need to apologize. It gets real funky here in the underground.
Yeah, yep, definitely. For sure. I didn't ever catch your name.
Oh, well. Nice to meet you. My name's Blink.
Nice to meet you, Blink. My name's Teal.
Oh, very nice to meet ya.
Trying to. Where are we?
Oh, well, we're just off, Gear Street. It's a little, they didn't really name this street, but that's okay. I like to call it Flower Lane.
Oh, yeah, the flowers outside.
I do have flowers
Yeah.
outside.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Where are we, as in the bigger part of,
Oh,
the-
in relation to what? Because usually people are asking for directions when they ask that. Where are you trying to go? Or what are you trying to see? There's some cool things to see. There's a statue that looks like a guy who's upside down. And the artist wasn't very good, so it's interpretable.
Okay. I don't exactly know where I want to go because I don't think I want to go where I wanted to go previously.
Okay. Well, we could go on a little tour of the city, but there's only so much that's fun.
I probably wouldn't want to do that, but I'm trying to figure out. I got separated from my friends at a point.
All right.
then some bad stuff happened, and I might have, run into some bad people. But
Well, you're in the criminal underground. That's
well,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
wasn't surprised, a little
Yeah.
annoyed by it. but-
Well, that's a good way to describe it. It's very annoying down here, but that's all right.
well, but yeah, I think just gonna try to get. But I don't know where my friends would be.
Ooh, well, are they like the type that would go and look for like entertainment? Are they the type that would go and look for like the gambling? Are they the type that would go and look for like the places that sell the weird stuff? There's some options.
There are definitely options.
We don't have as many cool things as they do above ground, like a place that you could go and get like good library knowledge and things like. We don't quite have, but there are some people that have like those interests. So maybe if you know a person, and then there's a ton of tourism, but it's not. I don't like it.
I mean, I've gotten an idea of some of the tourism.
Yeah, it's all very specialized tourism, and for me, I think you need to spread out the tourism for all that the city can offer. But nope, they just picked one thing and they ran with it.
Fair. Probably the first spot would be.
Where would get into their shoes? Where would they go? I don't know if you know like a general criminal area, but if they're not criminals, which is fine, we accept all types here. But if they're not, then like where would they go above ground?
It's okay if they're not criminals.
It's all right.
It's okay, I guess.
No, I mean, I know one of them was going to Doc, and I should probably visit Doc again. As
Well, if we're going to Dock, that's
Yeah.
on the other side of the city.
Oh.
I know. So we got some options. I'm fit as a fiddle. I don't know about you. You look like you've been through the ringer and back. So I'm a little bit worried that if we go across the city, you're going to conk out at me again. So first of all, I think we should go visit some kind of food stand. Get you something to eat.
Food?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we could do that.
What's your favorite type of food? What you like? There's probably a bad version of it here. This is not the culinary center of the criminal underground. There is no culinary center of the criminal underground. Now, if you
That's
want
disappointment.
culinary experiences, we go to Fiction Port. But I would say the exit out to that area right now, probably not the safest.
What's not so safe about it right now?
Well, I mean, most people in here are wanted by the law, and the law's been real twitchy lately.
Yeah.
Imagine why.
It definitely is. Are they, they've just closed it off?
Well, I mean, they don't know where the entrances and exits are, but they're
Yeah.
just like trigger happy about everybody. So it's just easier if you want to be like a regular citizen, you want to go through the regular passages. If you want to take the risk, by all means.
Okay.
But there's some new constables out there that are trying to cut their teeth, and I ain't looking forward to it.
Other than the Fiction Port location,
Mm-hmm.
the other places to leave the underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Well, the safest exit goes out through into Cirque, but I heard that somebody else told me that somebody else told them that there was somebody there that wasn't letting people through, but they were just like, woo, off their noggin.
Did this person who told this person? Did they say other than just off their noggin? Did they say what was going on with?
Oh,
them?
I don't know. I haven't
Oh.
been down there.
That's fair.
I'm good. I'm snug as a bug in a rug down here. I
Um.
don't need to go anywhere.
Well, I guess food would be okay.
You want to start with food first? Do you got anything to trade with? I got you covered if not, but I just need to know.
I have pulls out the piece of fabric.
Piece of
I
fabric.
have this.
Well, I might get you some good street food. Depends on the vendor and how they're feeling. But I will also give you, and pulls out a chest. Here's some buttons. They love a good button. Well, it depends on where we're going, who we're talking to. Maybe. Oh, what about these? And some more jump rings that aren't turned into knives. All right. Well, now let me just say this first before we get going.
Mhm.
Do you need a disguise?
Oh,
I think the hood would be fine.
All right.
Isn't it full of
and
spider?
the hood's not coming down
Yeah,
right now.
that's
But taps himself on the shoulder, not on the chest. Not going to make that mistake. But the vest becomes more like it becomes an actual vest with long sleeves and just like more proper pants.
Okay.
That would be a useful skill to have. So we don't have to steal dresses.
And she looks at that, and then she takes like what looks like a glass ball, essentially, a little more transparent than glass, and like crushes it in her hand, and the same thing kind of happens, and her outfit kind of matches yours a little bit.
Okay.
All right, we're going with casual. I like it.
All right.
I also have more. I have like a cape if you want a cape. I do love a cape. You want
Let's do a cake.
a cape? All right.
Have you asked this person's name?
Yes.
What was the name?
Blink.
Blink. That's a great name.
Yeah.
So you pull off a cape that matches, like not flashy, not sparkly. She was just,
Yeah.
I don't know. She was doing something. And she gets a cape that matches yours.
Okay.
And the two of you head off.
All right.
And you can tell, even though you were disoriented the last time, that you are headed away from where Blink's house is. She's not taking
Okay.
you like close by. Like,
Gotcha.
The goal is to get you to the other side of town towards docks. But she's like taking you to stop you at spots first.
Yeah.
Well, that food stall, they really like berries, but they also love mold. Now, I know some fairies like it as a delicacy, but you don't strike me as a mold lover, so
No.
I'll let you kind of pass on that one. But
Okay.
I will say, if you have any friends that like a mold, they do a real mean mold berry.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Are you in the mood for something savory, something sweet?
Probably something savory.
Oh, savory. All right. Well, there's a good stall that likes an old stale cracker. They can do miracles with a cracker.
Okay.
Are you a fan, or do you want something less crumbly?
Less crumbly is usually like it gets everywhere.
Yeah, it does get everywhere. Let's see. And you just end up at a New York style hot dog cart.
The best.
like 1-to-1 scale. Awesome. Hey, what you want?
The authentic experience.
I got hot dogs. That's all I got. Don't ask for anything else.
Okay.
Here, have a hot dog.
Great.
Give me something for it.
Just takes out one of the rings that.
The jump rings, great.
Jump rings.
That's great. You want mustard with that or what?
No.
There, have your hot
Great.
dog.
That is
Thank
authentic.
you. Have a great day. He like flips her the bird for some reason. He's like, he's just in a bad mood.
Okay. I can respect that.
Actually, that's probably more of a bitter mood, but usually he likes to wish me to have a terrible day, and that's when you know he's in a good mood. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All
Yeah, I like him. His name's Jeff.
right. His name's Jeff.
His name is, you know what? I think he's from outside the library.
Really?
I do. He won't say, but I got my suspicions.
Oh, well. I mean, it seems he at least ended up here.
He did, and I don't know why he stays. To be honest, this is a new area, so it's not like he's been here the whole time.
But I mean, if it's a new area, it's a place to build up.
That's true. You could start a good business. Well, not anymore. This is not a newer area.
Oh.
It's newish in the terms of the hundreds of years that we've been around. But
Oh.
I mean, this place the clock has only been here for like a decade.
That's only been here a decade?
About.
Oh.
You knew that, right?
No?
Oh, this is your first time in the clock.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's all right. I think there are cooler criminal undergrounds to go to, but I just stick around.
What? Okay, cooler criminal undergrounds like where?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. This is my first criminal underground.
Okay.
I didn't become crime ridden until last year.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter, like, crime ridden or not. I was just, you said that there were different areas that were
Yeah, I
cooler.
mean, I imagine that's what Red keeps telling me.
Red keeps telling you?
Yeah, that there are different areas.
Um,
But I don't need to go there. Why would I've got a great business.
I mean, would Red have a lot of information on, like just
And other areas, underground areas?
well, just and other areas.
Maybe. I don't know. She's working. I'm not gonna bother her.
Okay.
Well, you got a hot dog. How do you feel? You feel good about? You feel better now? Do you need like a
A
drink?
little bit. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, why don't we go to Doc's? Cause it sounds like you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Did you just get adopted?
This happens every other week, honestly.
Yeah.
This baby faces.
Yeah. Either that or you just made a horrible deal with a hag. Both are possible.
Either way is fine.
So we're just gonna take you to Doc's. I don't think unless
Okay.
you want to have something fun happen, you gaze at the statue that looks like a man upside down. Whatever you want
Watch
to
it
do.
walking by, like, oh, it really is.
Yeah, it's made out of like bits of an eraser, and they like chiseled it, and then they broke it, and so that's I think where the like interpretation comes in.
I see.
Yeah. We don't have very many artisans down here.
Oh.
I know
That's a shame.
it's a shame, but you can't really trade in art when you're trying to usurp the government. So
We've all been there.
I guess that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's part of it. I say this like I'm not. I'm just here.
I feel like art, if it was also useful disguised as something.
That's what I'm saying about a good disguise. It's also art.
Yeah.
It's also
It really
art.
is.
Yeah. Anyways, this is Doc's place. Do you want me to do you need me to be in the waiting room with you, or do you want me to go?
I mean, you can stay if you want, I guess.
I ain't got nothing else to do today.
Okay.
What
Who the hell is this mouse?
what is her angle? I have so many questions.
All right. Well, I'll just read this magazine. It's a postage stamp, but don't ask questions.
Welcome to Two Picks Up Random People all the time.
Random mice.
Random mice. Yeah, second
apparently.
mice in the underground.
She is a mouse magnet.
Irresistible to mice.
Irresistible mice.
Can we add that as one of your traits?
Yeah, there's something you need. Okay.
Bonus straight. Okay.
Okay, so you arrive at Doc's. You remember what Doc looks like.
Yeah.
But for everybody at home who doesn't, tall, tan skin, grasshopper wings that come out of a long leather jacket with a high collar. She has dark hair and small fangs. She usually wears an entire face mask with glowing eyes. And you are
Yeah.
sitting in like her. So in the front room is the like flower shop.
Yeah.
Which is what Blink meant when she said waiting room, was you wait in the room with the flowers in it. And then Doc comes out and goes, you give not before. Give now.
I'll try.
All right. Tasty, but give.
Hopefully. Attempting to. I'll try.
Try is best we do.
Okay.
Try is better than not try. Or else you're then making things up. Don't lie to me.
I'm not gonna try to lie. It'll be legit. I'm just
People make up memory and it go yucky.
not gonna try to make something up.
She like just about like I don't know.
I didn't think people could make up memories. I didn't realize that was a thing people could do. She's learning all kinds of new things today.
She's learning all kinds of schemy things. Okay. Going to try though is going to try to give the night before when he was talking. Before he ended up leaving.
Going into Urn?
Yeah. The night before. Discussing.
Still.
Yes.
2!
Yep. She doesn't have a concept of what is worth and what is not worth anything. So
I see.
unfortunately,
Well, and like your first try didn't work.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I've already cried about this off screen, so it can't get me to cry again.
No crying in baseball. Okay.
It's gonna work.
So, What did I have you roll before? That's what I was trying to look at my notes.
It was
just
will.
just a regular. Oh, it was a will. Okay.
which is unfortunately very low.
Yeah, and
my
we're
God,
trying to
your will
heal
is
your
terrible.
broken ribs, which are at a 4. So you're trying to hit a 4 or above with your will.
Yes.
You can do it.
Okay. You also have 2 fate points that you could invoke something,
Yes.
but you need to really sell it to me.
I know.
Oh. Well, that's not ideal.
No.
It's fine. I mean, you spend your 2 fate points, but I don't. You'd have to do 2 separate. Now, again,
Yeah.
just as a reminder of fate, you
No,
can
yeah.
invoke things that aren't on your character sheet.
Yeah.
You can invoke scene aspects, you can invoke game aspects, you can invoke aspects that you would potentially think are on the scene even if I haven't put them out. You'll have to convince me of those ones specifically. But just as a reminder that you're not getting fixated on your character sheet.
No,
I
yeah,
think at this
that's-
point that's kind of what you need.
Trying to just
I'd like to invoke broken ribs.
broken ribs.
That's a good motivation to,
Yeah.
to get
I
better.
do
We're
think-
trying to heal them though. I don't know if that's.
I'm
feel like it's-
invoking their power.
So
to
could I
make me-
invoke them? Could I invoke both Headstrong Street Urchin and Broken Ribs because the Broken Ribs are the motivation, and he's being very headstrong and trying to fix this so he doesn't get himself or his friends into any more trouble.
I won't accept the broken ribs. I'll accept the headstrong street urchin. I think that definitely makes sense.
Okay.
I will accept that because I think that you've willpowered your way through a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, 110%.
But
you
could
gotta
I
give me
also
something else.
then invoke Babyface? And it's just like he's trying real hard, obviously trying real hard to hand the memory over, and is trying to get Doc to try a little bit harder.
It's not.
Always a secret third option.
I have the secret throw for something else if this doesn't go through.
like I'm a slot machine.
I have ideas for all of them.
Great.
Just like-
I think Babyface is only gonna work if you were trying to like talk to Doc. Doc is already doing this for you.
No, yeah.
He's like, okay, give. I'm really trying, okay? And I this is a great memory. And it's really strong. I
Pick
need,
another.
this memory. Trust me, this memory is worth it. I promise you, this memory would be so worth it. I just need a little bit of extra help to give it to you. I'm so sorry.
He's like starting to like let his eyes water. I'm like, I'm really trying. I just want to make sure my friends don't get hurt anymore. We've ended up in a bad situation because of me. Please.
It's not. Let me
Not-
just say this.
yeah.
It's not. Doc is not trying. Like,
Yeah, no.
It's the magic that is
Yeah.
happening. It's like if you were coming into my house and you're like, hey, I need to walk away with a loaf of bread. I love making bread. And I'm like, all right, it's in the oven. And you're like, no, I need it now. I'm like, I can't make it rise any
Yeah.
faster. You can cry at me all you want, but like the bread is gonna bake when it bakes. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Doc is doing magic on you. That's gonna go when it goes. You have to find the trigger in your own mind to release it.
All right, I'm trying to think. Let me give me a hot second
All
here. Don't mind me.
Can you do that?
I don't think so. No, okay. Okay. Two is going to mutter something to himself, and I'm invoking secret third option for this then. And he's going to mutter, but you were living before that, and so you're living after. And the memory I started at, my started moves are laughter. And he tries to use his magic to push the memory along.
Okay, so you're like now in your like mind palace, like pulling the magic out. Yeah, I'll take that.
Cool.
I'll take that.
This was 2 fate points to get rid
Yeah, you got nothing left,
mind
baby.
palace?
I got all the compel power now. Absolutely. So that bumps your broken ribs up to
Yeah.
level 2. Yeah. I said level,
Level
2.
two
It's
broken
not,
ribs.
that's not how that works. What is that? Moderate?
Yeah, it was
Mild.
from
It's fine, they're
moderate to
only
mild.
mildly
Mild. It's a
broken.
mild broken ribs now.
It'd be bruised at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, call it bruise ribs. I like that.
All right.
Still not fun.
Still not
No.
fun, but you can move around and you can't, you won't
Not fun, but
break them.
functional.
Functional, absolutely. I will also say too that like Doc took you outside of the waiting area,
Yeah.
so Blink is just out there looking at this book of scraps of paper,
That's fair.
magazine, fairy magazine. So whatever you want to do, and I think like after you push this through, you see like a visible puff of dark blue
Yeah.
like magic, and I think like Doc rips off her mask and like
Sorry.
you work on control.
I try. I'm really trying.
You repress and then you let go? No. Work through emotions to then be able to control.
Okay.
Are you being told to go to therapy by the memory eater?
And also, what's your fun scar now? Is it just
Ooh.
like rib adjacent or?
I feel like it would be rib adjacent.
Okay,
I feel
cool.
like it would be instead of long ways would probably be sideways across at this point.
Like a cut hamburger style?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Like a rib.
Okay. So you got cool scars. I don't know if you know this until you'll look later, but yeah, you get cool scars from them. Cool. All right. Go. Get out. Don't come back. Don't get injured again.
Okay.
Injured again? Hurt again.
I will really try not to, I promise.
Work on control.
Yes.
Go. Take flower on way.
Okay.
Great.
I want to know what language Doc originally spoke.
I'm not gonna say what I was thinking. Okay, so
Probably for the best.
yeah, it's just a reference. I don't think anybody at the table will really get, so
No.
not worth it. Okay, so what are you doing now?
Okay. Right. Yes.
Wow, you look a little more spruced up than before.
Yeah, I needed to get myself healed. There was a lot that happened, and I don't want to drag you into it. So
I don't need to know anything. I'm just here. This is my day off.
That
okay.
explains it.
You had said earlier about Red probably would know something about it. Do you know if at all we could go and see Red real quick?
Well, I mean, she's working right now, so I don't know. I don't know where she'd be. I know she's all over the underground.
Did she
She's
like?
got a busy job.
Is there a place where she'd be? Like I could leave a calling card or
Ooh,
something?
calling card. Well, I mean, I suppose we could go back up to the, tower where her office is and leave one with the staff.
Oh, okay. That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah. Do we need to go source like something to write? Do you have a calling card? Cause that'd be cool. I never thought of that. I should make a card.
Glance.
Normally I would, but I don't.
Well, that's all right. I mean, we could take one of these flowers for parts.
Ooh, I mean,
But we can't do it here, Doc. We'll get mad.
no, we won't. It's very pretty, so we don't want to do that here. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. I'm gonna leave you with 2 and Blake
Yeah,
for a little
that's
bit.
fair.
We'll figure out kind of where that
Great.
is going next. But so just for clarity's sake, you and Blink are gonna figure out a way to make you a calling card or a note or something, and you're going to go back to where when you entered into the clock underground, you went and saw Pine.
Yeah.
Basically. So we're kind of going back to step 1, which is not where you were. So
Correct.
Kind of going in circles a little bit.
But
here,
it's someone he recognizes the name of. So he was like,
yeah.
yes,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I need to move your head. gotta figure out how to restart this.
I'm just doing this in solidarity.
I almost had it. Okay. All right. Don't look at me.
Did the camera go off immediately?
Yeah. Sorry, Abby. No, I love you. I'm just trying to figure out my tools.
Just imagining a full video camera going.
Okay, so that's where we leave 2 right now. We're gonna jump over to Tenerife.
Okay.
So let me give the rundown. I'm going to give the rundown, and if you have anything to add, feel free to add it.
Okay.
Let me switch over the music so that we have a better escape.
Angry mob.
Okay. So the hard-ass captain of the King's Guard made a swift decision to shelter the fairy known as Cedar from the violence of Broker Dust. They set out in search of the back alley healer known as Doc, and along the way learned some things about each other. Tenerife learned that Cedar just wants to do the right thing and is trying to show the world of diction that bobblers can be more than what fairies think they are. Cedar learns that Tenerife is the captain of the King's Guard and that they want him to keep an ear out for any rumblings in Hodgepodge. After a quick healing, the two of them find themselves on the outskirts of a mob out for a builder's blood. So last we left, you were watching people get real angry with a poor little fairy.
Yeah.
And Cedar went, oh no.
Yeah. 10 is gonna, I think, charge ahead.
Okay.
They're feeling very noble. They're like, oh, I just told this guy.
Yeah.
Let's continue the good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah.
So you see a group of angry people. Lights are going out. Filament is trying to get people away. He's just started resorting to chucking tools from his belt. And so you're just what exactly is your plan here?
I think maybe just run up and try to take some of the heat away or something. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so Filament's standing on a box right now. And this is so loud. I need to take this down because it's making me anxious, and I'm the one that's telling the story. Okay, so we're gonna take that. And so you're trying to get in front of the crowd?
Yeah, in front of the crowd.
Okay.
Between Filament and the
And the
mob.
crowd. Okay, so what are you doing? There's a crowd of fairies.
Jostling people
Yeah.
get not dancing.
Oh, sorry.
No, jostling. Kind of forcefully elbowing people. And maybe even asking too, what's the problem? What is going on here?
Okay.
Why are you so angry?
Why are you so angry?
Stop.
What's happening? Okay, so I think if you're gonna go Tenerife v the crowd,
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
the entire crowd, I think you need to make some kind of roll. Now, I think at this
Yeah.
particular instance, I think a created advantage roll would make the most sense because what you're trying to do is you're not necessarily trying to calm them, but you're either redirecting their attention or you're commanding the crowd or something like that.
Yeah. I feel like
There they are.
yeah. Oh no, they sound pissed.
This is
Yeah, they're
this is
mad.
not even the angry crowd soundscape that Abby made for us.
This is the generally
This is the tense crowd.
generally
Oh, wow.
uneasy
Yeah.
and upset crowd.
I feel like I feel like the 10 is maybe going to try to provoke them in some way and draw their attention and make okay. Can 10 ask Cedar to go and grab Filament and squirrel them away, just around the corner or something, while 10 is like, you bastards. You think you're criminals? You think this is dark? No! It's nothing. There's still lights on or something. You idiots! I think they're grasping to antagonize them in some way. And then maybe just do that.
Okay, so we're creating an advantage here. So
Uh-huh.
what's the advantage that you want to create?
The advantage is that the crowd is distracted. And that hopefully
somewhere.
Filament can go and get
Yeah.
some reprieve.
Okay. I am going to be extremely kind to you.
Oh.
And I'm going to roll the mob as one unit and not as 20.
Individual.
It's not as 20
Yeah,
individuals.
no.
Sounds like you're being kind to you.
Yeah, that
No,
sounds
'cause
like,
with-
and our
'cause with
viewers.
teamwork, what I
group-
do is I add a
groupthink.
+1.
Ah.
So I could add +20 to this roll. And so I'm being very kind.
Oh, yeah,
So take it. Okay, so you're going to roll a provoke to create the advantage distracted.
yeah,
is
which
essentially
it's
what
not
we're
very
doing.
high. Yep.
Okay.
10 has a +1 on provoke.
Okay. I will say out loud, you're rolling anyways. They've got a +3 to will, which is what we're rolling against. I need dice.
Okay.
That mob mentality, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take him out.
No.
I love your pants.
Thank you.
Whoa. So
That's
that
not good.
I rolled. I rolled a -1, so we're at 0.
Okay, you're at 0.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna roll. If you want to roll again with a fate point,
Yeah.
We'll see what I roll. Just let me roll first. Okay, so they've got a
Wow.
+3, and so that is a +1. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would like to invoke the hard-ass captain of the King's Guard.
love it. I think that totally
That's-
makes
that's
sense.
what I was
And I
gonna
think
suggest.
at this point you're just adding a +2. I
Yeah.
don't think you need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
roll. So yeah. So
Oh right, I don't.
because
need
you
to
got
roll.
a 0,
Duh, yeah.
and I got a 1, so
Right.
that 2 will work just fine for you.
Huzzah.
Okay, cool, excellent. Walk me through. I want to know what that looks like, what that sounds like, how they react, what you do. Do you reveal yourself, or are you just using that authority?
No, just authority. No reveals. But it's like really low blows, like you're so ugly and like things like that. Like they're like grasping for anything. Because they don't. 10 doesn't know exactly like what the vibe is like. Maybe they're angry for a good reason. But yeah, so it's bad, and they're like turning to 10, and they're like spitting in their face and like starting to maybe chuck things at them.
Yeah.
And that's fine until 10's like, oh, there's a lot, and I didn't realize that poor fairy was dodging so many. Yeah, so 10 I think is gonna be like, oh shit, I didn't think this through. And I think maybe they're just gonna run. Yeah.
That's
Just
a
run.
mood.
Yeah,
Just run.
absolutely.
I'm out.
Just
Bye.
run.
Bye.
Yeah.
Absolutely mood.
Yeah. I think that totally works. I think that you got a success, which means that your advantage had a free invocation on it anyway. So I would you don't have to do anything. So I would say, if you invoke that and then dash. So
Cool.
Roll me athletics and then add a +2 if you want.
Sure. Oh.
Or a reroll, I guess.
Oh.
Because it's, like I said, a free invoke on that.
Yeah, okay, let's reroll then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Probably just a little bit. Any better?
No,
no.
actually,
Oh.
exactly the
No.
same. It's still a -2.
Well,
Minus
shit.
2. RNG has spoken.
RNG stated that you're
My
bad.
athletics is good, so that's something a 1, right? Yeah.
Is it? Is it a 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a 1.
I think that's fine.
It's good skedaddle.
I think it's not easy. I think maybe
Yeah.
you get away with something, maybe a mild consequence.
Okay.
Like a
You get
concussion.
beamed in the face
Yeah,
with something.
I do. I think right in the face.
Yeah,
Right in the kisser. Yeah.
cool.
Ah!
You get a black eye now.
Fick. Yeah. Yeah.
Thick?
Fick.
Oh, sorry.
Fick and run away.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
don't say the F word here.
You broker.
We
does.
say a different F word.
Broker told no, say motherfucker.
I made it up. Nobody else does.
Nobody else says this word. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you dash around the corner, and Cedar managed to grab Filament like in the distraction. I think Cedar, you didn't even need to say anything to
They
Cedar.
just-
Like they
yeah.
kind of like they were like
That is so
something
cool.
is happening, and I don't want to be here. And we're distracting them. 1 and 1 equals 2. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't graceful. They both got scraped knees.
Okay.
They're panting up against a wall in a corner. And I need to give us a different soundscape because the crowd is around the corner now.
Okay.
So like find the two of them.
What's going on?
You asking Filament?
Filament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
I don't know
you don't know
their name. But
Filament's
yeah.
name,
What's
yeah.
going on?
What's going on, Phil?
Ugh.
That's the short version of his name.
Ugh.
Philly.
I think that's,
That's worse.
I was just, I don't know. They just got really upset, and I've been doing my best, but there's only so much I can do. I can only keep the lights on down here, and it keeps getting bigger.
So they're mad at you because it's dark.
It's getting dark. I put all my magic in. All my imagination goes right into making sure we got lights down here.
Do they know that?
Well, that's why they're mad at me.
Because you're only one fairy,
Well,
and that's all you can do.
No one knows what no one knows what my accent is.
It was Irish, I think.
It was Irish for a minute. It's no one really knows what the extent of imagination can be, and so they think it's unlimited.
Right. Okay. Do
Sorry, my mouth is so dry. I've been building and getting imagination through this clock all day. I'm tired. I just want a wee nap.
Oh, no.
You, okay.
Where's this mouse?
Totally open for to babysit.
This mouse has got so many beds and just really caring.
No, she's only got one bed.
Well, Jet.
So just
Very
as a
nice.
reminder too, I want to remind everybody what Filament looks like. Bronze coloring, shaggy hair, bags under his eyes, goggles on his forehead, bee wings.
He reminds me of someone I know.
That would be strange and unusual.
Yeah.
'Cause I would never do that. So let me also remind everybody what Cedar looks like. Because I love them both. Cedar, brown skin with reddish brown hair, has honeybee wings, and wears clothing with fuzzy textures. So we got two bee wing guys.
Is that the guy I threw across the world?
Cedar, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Filament's like shaking like a chihuahua.
Hey, it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
I don't know. I think this whole place is gonna come crumbling down, and it's gonna be all me fault.
Do you have any support?
Well, I don't. No one was expecting the clock underground to grow this much.
Does Pine know the troubles you're having?
Oh, I haven't heard from anybody.
How did you get thrown into this?
Well, that's a funny story.
Flashback.
I don't know. It was one of those. You do one odd job and then you end up,
And then you're stuck
and
with
then
it.
you're
Sure.
stuck with it.
Okay. Is there anyone else here that can help you?
Well, here's the thing: is most of the people who are doing what I do are like not here. They're up on the surface level.
Can you poach them and do some coaxing and recruit them?
Oh,
Some?
I just work here.
I'm just a guy.
The guy.
Okay.
We're just men. Just normal men.
Man, this is a Wendy's.
Okay. What can I do immediately to help you in this moment right now?
How much imagination do you have?
How much imagination do I have? What do you think you can do?
Put the lights back on.
All of them?
Most of them.
Most of them.
It's a renewable resource.
It's green energy, man. I'm sorry.
All right. Can I ask logistically?
Yeah.
How would 10 go about giving them
Ooh, good
imagination?
question.
Just kiss him on the mouth.
No.
No, so just as like I'm gonna say that Tenerife knows this. I think you're gonna make some assumptions because once again, you're in the underground, so you're like, is this how this works here?
Yeah.
Right? You're criminals. I'm not. I don't know. But you're gonna make an assumption here that Filament is what on the surface level would be called a builder. And here's what I'm gonna say about builders. There are many areas that are maintained through imagination, and that often helps expand the area past normal kind of perception of what that area should be. That's why you're in the clock underground that expands
Yeah.
past what the floorboards of the library would look like, right? Or why Oratory City, Oratory Castle, bigger on the inside, that kind of deal. Because of both your passive imagination just being there and existing, and people putting the work in. In something like Oratory Castle, that's going to be scholars on a daily putting imagination into making sure that the structure stays similar or bigger, right? But in something like the general city, the areas, the common folk can't afford scholars. What they can afford are builders. So builders are not typically high skilled, and their imagination maintenance can vary in quality. They are not often hired for large-scale magical maintenance, but are hired as a way to add small bits of imagination. A common place that builders are hired for are restaurants, as they can use imagination magic to expand the internal workings of the establishment and allow for more seating. So simple, not necessarily something that's a long-term, and it's the architect versus the foreman versus the guy who just puts nails in the building.
Okay.
So, Filament has been promoted way above his station.
He's just the guy who puts nails in the building.
He's just the guy who was supposed to put nails in the building
Uh-huh.
and is now trying to power the whole thing like a nuclear plant, basically.
So, if 10 wants to give them some imagination, but they don't have any in the bottle to get, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like where we would go we would go to like a restaurant where there's like more here around the area, or just go to someone who is maybe has a high output of work.
So imagination comes in multiple forms.
Yeah.
And there's one word for kind of different stages of the process. So there's the process where it is the imagination that just kind of exists everywhere, and that's unprocessed. And then there's the processed imagination, which is something that you get. A lot of fairies like to just drink it, so you get like little potion bottles, and that's take a little imagination. We kind of talked about that a little bit. And
Is it fizzy?
Could be.
I
Could be
feel like it's
whatever you
fizzy.
want it to be. You can consume it any way you want. But we talked about the imagination factory not outputting, and that's what they're not outputting. And then the magic that you do is also called imagination. So there are. Every time you lean forward, you get a little robot. Okay. There are some options on what stage of imagination magic you could provide. So what you're suggesting is you want to top Filament up, which isn't necessarily going to solve the problem, but it won't hurt the problem, right? Because each fairy kind of has a upper limit.
Right.
I think what Filament is asking you, and again, Tenerife interprets how Tenerife interprets, but what Filament is asking is like you like
to assist.
assist in the like turn the lights back on. So there's different, and I like the way that that's the direction Tenerife is like, yeah, let me top you off, bud.
What? Okay. I feel like I understand.
So
Dropping back in.
back in.
Okay. Filament.
You don't know Filament's name.
I still don't know his name.
You didn't
Little
ask
guy.
his name.
My man.
What's your name?
Filament.
Filament. It's okay. Take a breath. You're fine. Stop shaking. It's okay.
You can't. I can't.
Cedar, maybe try to find him a blanket.
Cedar's like,
Going into shock.
well, and like takes off his jacket.
Lift all my
It's
stuff
really
2
fuzzy. I
cities
think
over.
Super
it'll
fuzzy.
help. I think it'll help.
That's all I got.
Filament. Have you ever asked anyone before to, like, assist you?
Well, I don't know what I could ask for.
Okay. Tenerife has a new idea. Tenerife's gonna go back and find that angry mob.
Oh God. Okay.
And try to persuade them
Uh-huh.
to be like, we can all assist and turn the lights on. Is this too crazy?
No. I just
Like
I
teamwork.
love the idea of Tenerife going into the criminal underground and being like, y'all just need to work together.
Work together to be criminals.
What we need is communism. And the criminals
That,
are
I
like,
think that would threaten Tenerife's job maybe a little bit.
I feel like Tenerife is worried that their job is threatened anyway. You know what I mean? Like this
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just kind of like, I don't know. I'm having an existential crisis.
Do we really need a monarchy? I don't know.
Love the monarch, hate the monarchy.
Maybe what they're coming to learn. Anyway.
Anyways, okay,
Yeah.
well, let me turn back on the angry mob.
Let me flip 'em on.
Let me flip them on.
Get the confused mob.
Yeah. What? Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So then you're gonna try to convince them again. So what skill are you using here?
I am
for
gonna
your big speech.
use. I don't have rapport. Yeah, so maybe empathy. Will.
I like Will.
Okay, Will.
Yeah, I think
got
we could
this.
just Will v. Will, I guess.
Can I drag the Chihuahua and and Cedar
with you?
Yes, because the more like Filament will be able to explain.
This fairy is overworked.
Can't you see the bags under his eyes?
Okay.
Is that dangerous?
No,
They might die.
I think you'll be okay. I don't know. We'll see how this roll goes.
Okay.
This I'm just gonna say is an overcome.
All right.
Because I think what you're trying to do. Well, I don't know. This might be a creative
Creative
advantage
advantage.
because you could potentially
And
influence
like people could
the,
go like in shifts
the
and like
clock,
really help.
yeah.
We're gonna change the infrastructure of the clock underground. Move out of here, pine / red.
It's not even.
pick it up.
It's not. I mean, yeah, I guess.
We can end class disparity
Yeah.
together.
Mahogany's gonna have some things to say, I think. Okay. Yeah, we'll do Will v. Will.
Okay.
Again, I'm just gonna roll this as one unit,
Oh god.
and we'll go from there. 'Cause otherwise, I don't think that makes any sense.
Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So look so scared. Are you pulling Filament into the big speech?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will say that just so you know that Filament's aspect is overworked and underappreciated. So I'm not gonna write that down. But if
Aw,
you
it's
need to
gonna
invoke
end in
that,
tears for
that's
him.
up to you.
Okay.
And I don't think I have anything interesting for Cedar as far as an aspect.
World traveler.
The aspect is Kingdom Flung.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, so, but I think Filament's going to be your best bet here. So, okay, so they still have a 3. Goodbye. Oh my.
Sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry. All right.
Filament?
You roll first because they'll be responding to you.
Okay. 10 has a 4 plus 4 will. And okay, plus 4.
This is a
That's
4.
still
Okay, so just a
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have a +3. And so that's a neutral. So that's
That's
a
3.
+3. So it's a success of 1.
Yeah.
All right, absolutely. So a success of 1 is the created advantage is you get 1 free invocation. Oh no. Sorry, I lost my marker for a second. What do you want to call this aspect? The light shift?
The light shift? Sure.
Okay.
Are you turning people to the light side?
Step into the light.
Okay, so hey, I want to hear this speech.
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah. Faye, I know you are angry. Hear me for a second. This poor fairy, Filament, has been working day and night to keep your lights on. He is overworked and underappreciated. We can fix this, but he needs your help. We are Fae. Call up the power inside you and use your magic to help power and turn the lights on. I feel like that might be it, yeah?
I think that's great.
Cool.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's a matter of, they all wee, or maybe it's like, somebody turns to somebody and goes, oh well, we could do it in shifts, like whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want that to be.
Let's do, I feel like it needs one dramatic,
Yeah.
and, it gets really bright.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
at some point, everybody gets flashbanged.
oh, whoa, blind for a second.
So keep that in the bank. Although I think that might have happened during your nap.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then I think, they start to be like, oh, yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
We're getting into shifts. And
Okay.
Yeah, we can work together.
Yeah.
Huh.
again, you have to remember this is a tourist town, so
Yeah.
most people aren't expecting to like stick
Like, have a-
around.
yeah.
But because the tourism is so heavily concentrated on the spider and no one can get to the spider, people have stuck around. So
Could they even like use that as maybe the barter system for some things? Like, hey, do you want to take a tour of the
take right
of the tower?
the tower. Well, the tower's guarded by.
You're right. You're
the-
right.
the-
But or like. you
But I
know,
was thinking
of
maybe
those
if you do
things.
something like if you take my shift, you know,
Yeah.
like classic bartering.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Turns out we all keep this place on together. Teamwork.
I guess if we hate the king this much, we might as well make it a good place to stay.
You know what? Why don't we form a kingdom of our own?
That's a different.
I don't know about that.
Under Kingdom.
Under
Under kingdom. We call it like the underworld or something.
Or the undercare.
Okay,
You can't call it that. That's a bad idea.
we can't call it a lot of things. I think we need to like. Stop that one. Okay. I think unless you really want to keep him, filament just kind of like gets absorbed into the conversation with the like.
he's like we don't need the chihuahua.
You
He's fine,
don't
he's
need the
fine, he's
chihuahua.
a little too scared.
He's
Yeah.
got wet cat energy.
a
Yeah.
little too skittish.
Yeah.
Cedar like grabs his coat bag before filament like wanders fully away.
Girls kind of hoisting filament on their shoulders, like,
Yeah.
yeah, keep the lights, keep the lights.
He's just like, no, I want to go home. I'm so tired. Please.
Please. And I think you turn and look at Cedar, who's like, I don't know. I mean, I imagine you've seen this look before, but just like impressed in a way that's not like, oh my god, you just did a flashy circus trick. Like,
Yeah.
this is like,
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
okay, you weren't lying about being captain of the King's Guard.
Yeah,
Got
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get take the crowd off though. Whoop! I gotta get away from these guys. They're making me upset. I don't like them.
It's really funny to me when it just cuts off. I imagine you turn around a corner and the crowd just goes
Yeah, Crossfade is not working on Sirenscape today, and I mean that with love. Sirenscape, get it together.
We love you dearly.
But please. Okay, so yeah, and I think like now Cedar's just, I mean, along for the ride. Like you asked Cedar to be your ear to the ground, and Cedar trusts that you're gonna take him back to Hodgepodge because he doesn't know where the fuck he is.
I'm gonna kill him.
You know,
That 10 is gonna take him back to
just
Hodgepodge.
or
just
know,
arrange that
arrange
they
it, yeah, somehow.
Get to Hodgepodge.
Because otherwise, you know, how would he be your ear
Yeah.
to the ground in Hodgepodge?
Right, right.
He doesn't know where he is at. He was
Yeah.
just on a pirate ship like an hour ago.
This
So
is true. This is true.
That's rough.
Okay.
yeah.
I feel like maybe Pine's got some Pine has got some guys to spare, maybe to
Maybe.
escort. Maybe we'll try that. Yeah, I think 10's gonna go in that direction. Cedar, do you need anything here? I think we're gonna try to arrange for you to go home.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to build something.
I mean, I just feel bad because I kind of put you through everything that you've done. Do you think you're still up for it?
I mean, it would be nice to show you that I can build stuff better than the squish carrier I gave you.
Okay.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know where the merchants are. You said you know where the merchants are around here.
Yes, and that was a lie. Yeah. So yeah, I think 10's gonna start heading back in the direction of Pine and maybe try to happen upon some merchants. Or yeah, no, we're gonna roll a notice.
Sure.
Yeah, to see if we can hear somebody talking about like purchases or
If you're
barters.
trying to like really like casually overhear something, I would put
It's-
that at a 4
Uh-huh,
for sure.
let's let's try.
Go
Let's
for
try.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like, yes, we are walking in this direction.
Yeah.
I know where we're going. I don't.
Oh,
Okay, it's a 2 and my notice is at
2?
okay, so that's a 4. Yeah, absolutely. Who do you hear? What do they say? Let me just recap because there's a lot of chaos happening. So, Tenerife, you are confidently walking through the clock underground, a place you have never been before, with a fairy you have never met before, and you have confidently told Cedar you're going to go find a merchant to get him some tools so that he can make you something cool and neat and interesting.
Yes.
And you use your super hearing to overhear somebody speaking about a merchant. What do they say?
Yep. This little fairy is saying, "Oh, I just got a brand new like little satchel from old Jiminy
I love old Jiminy.
over on they're talking to a friend over on Bourbon Street."
All right, New Orleans, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Old Jiminy and Bourbon Street.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
And so Ten's like, "Okay, yeah. Where is Bourbon Street? Who knows? Can we?
There are no in-world maps. I'm sorry.
No,
this
no,
has been
no, no.
confirmed
Yeah, yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah. Not when it keeps changing. It's like if you went to a city that was always under construction, and by that, like, the roads were being shifted, and you're like, "Can I have a map, please?" And they're like,
So
"Yeah."
Pittsburgh.
So like Pittsburgh, yeah.
The whole city's also on a bunch of gears, right? So every once in a while, does the whole thing just...
No, it's just gear shaped.
Oh, okay. I thought the whole thing was just
No,
rotating.
it's just like shaped like gears.
Okay, that's slightly less hellish than
Yes.
Pittsburgh.
Less bridges.
Yeah.
Less bridges.
Okay, Ten's gonna come up with a little white lie.
Okay.
And tell Cedar, we're gonna go see this fairy called Jiminy over, but they just moved, and I'm not sure where they are. So I'm just gonna ask somebody that I recognize, and so Ten's gonna go to that little fairy.
Somebody that I recognize.
And ask them, "Hey, how can I get to Bourbon Street from here?"
Yeah, I think the fairies absolutely, they give you directions.
Great.
I think you're authoritative
Yeah.
enough, and like they're like, "Oh, we were just talking about Bourbon Street."
That's
Wow, how
crazy.
strange.
Wow, that is
Wow,
strange.
That's so weird. Yeah, it can be as close or far away as you want, but
Great.
wherever you Hannah want it to be.
Wonderful. It's not far away.
It's not far away.
It's not far away at all. Yep. So we get there.
Okay, great.
Great. Yeah.
So you come up to, let's say that it's a store, a full storefront that has like soft items, right? You said satchel, so I'm thinking
Yeah.
fabric. I'm thinking like stuffing from toys. I'm thinking like anything that's soft or flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you arrive at the soft shop.
The soft
It's
shop
called the soft shop.
with ease. Yeah.
It's a great sensory experience.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the soft shop. Take a look around, and you just tell me if you see anything that you could use.
You okay there, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's preference.
No preference.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything? I don't really have anything on me to trade.
Oh yeah. Tenerife has like a gear, right? Back
Yeah,
from
because everybody got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got this. It's
Oh.
worth a lot. It's the story behind it. Another white lie. Is that King Lexi actually used this in one of his first battles.
Yours, little white lie.
Yes, 70 years. This is a really great metal.
It's an antique.
Oh, I don't
It's gonna be worth a lot, so I think you can clean the store out, basically, if that's what you want to do, Cedar.
Oh, that's a lot of responsibility.
No, don't feel pressure. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Tenerife was almost gonna give like more information, and they were like, "No, don't say that.
Don't say
Don't
things.
Don't make up
say-
more bullshit."
Stop saying the things."
Stop speaking.
Yeah.
you do this, and Cedar's like, okay. And he takes the gear and like turns around. I gotta make up some stats for old Jiminy. Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Plus
for
10
that
to will.
character.
Okay. Oh, shit. That means old Jiminy is a reader.
Hell yeah.
I don't think that works in this context.
He's a shrunken down reader.
He's
A very small reader.
No, I don't like the implications of that at all.
That's
magic.
I actually genuinely am gonna throw up thinking about that. We'll put it at an 8.
All right.
Cool. Someone roll me.
Didn't know the
dice.
readers had +10 to will.
They probably have more. They
I don't-
plus into
Someone else
everything.
roll.
I don't feel like I have that high of a will. I'm gonna be honest.
It's just stats in general. Well, Liz
Oh
is
my
backed
God.
out of rolling, and I
Yes.
didn't see it, so I'll let
Oh my
it.
God.
Someone else roll.
Somebody
Someone
else
else roll.
I need
Sure.
a roll for the
Here.
shopkeeper and for which, to be honest, I probably don't need a roll for all these NPCs. I can probably just make decisions, but I love randomness.
You like dice.
I
Who am
do.
I rolling for?
We'll roll for old Jiminy first.
Old Jiminy is not on his best today. He rolled a -1, so 7.
All right. Well, let's see. Cedar's will is 1. Roll me, Cedar's.
I feel like I may have ruined something.
This a 1.
It's a 1. So 2. Great. I don't know if I have
Well,
anything.
Jiminy is a Rick from Pawn Stars. Yeah, that was not used by the king.
Yeah.
The best I can do is this piece of lint.
I love it. Let's roll with it. I think that's great. I think Cedar comes back. It's like, well, I think that's a real appraiser there. And I don't, not that I don't trust you, but maybe the person that gave it to you lied to you. So I'm gonna try to do something. Hey, do you have any like boning in your vest?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Well, if you could just rip that out. I know it's gonna destroy the structure, but I could use it to make something.
Sure. Rip. Rip.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
got like a, this is
Kind of
structure
just a
to-
floppy.
Yeah, floppy vest. Okay.
Sorry,
cool.
your vest is floppy.
It's still sparkly, but
It's
okay.
still sparkly. It's just not as form-fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
You still have great shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are all
so,
natural.
so now here's the question. Cedar needs to work, right?
Yeah.
Like, not really like a walk and talk situation.
Okay.
So, where do you want to post up?
Can we go? Let's. I know that's nice. Oh, let's go to
like
a restaurant. Will they kick us out? No. Okay. Yeah.
But since it's in
Unless
the
you
criminal
bust
underground,
in like, we're gonna be doing more crime here.
No. Yep. So I think 10's just gonna follow their nose
Okay.
and find a spot to eat.
What you like? What kind of
Not
food
a
you
hot
want?
dog.
Not a hot dog.
Not a hot.
Got it. No. Yeah. Okay. We'll just say we'll come up with what the restaurant is later.
since it's
Okay.
in the
Unless you
criminal
have something very
underground,
specific in
do
mind that you think
it's
would be fun.
A restaurant?
Again, keeping in mind this is underneath a clock.
I like the mold idea.
You like the mold idea?
Yeah, I like the mold.
Yeah.
You would be into mold.
Tenerife would be into mold. They have a
Refined
Refined
palate.
palate.
Thank you. That's the
palate,
word.
yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Moldsterant it is.
Mold strong.
Moldsterant. There's like a maitre d', but they're like not good at it because they are all criminals.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Criminals,
I'm
can
not-
they also like to cook?
I
You
don't
never
think
know
there's a
that.
highbrow restaurant in the criminal underground. I think that you can't have a front within a front.
But that's
I
that's
just
the-
disagree.
But in that case, like the front becomes more successful than the actual business, and then they just switch over to the actual business.
Yeah.
It's a legitimately documented thing, by the way.
Yeah, that is true. No, I mean, like, I think it's like Meote Gorkot, and then it's like I'm Dracula.
I was gonna say, oh, Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, and you're like, okay, you can't figure out the theme going on here.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah, I think everybody's like, whoa. There's a lot of different themes going on in this Moldsterant.
Moldsterant.
Yeah. It's like on the one wall, there's like mold paintings, like mold, like it's a texture, it's like
okay.
a mixed media
Yeah.
piece. And then on the other wall, there's like wooden puppets. And then on the other wall, there's like just black silk. So like they can't figure out their theme. There are Draculas, and there are Frenchmen, and there are.
We need Rizzo to come in.
Rizzo was on staff at one
This
point,
is like-
for sure.
Rizzo's bussing. He's bussing tables.
Oh yeah.
That's how he gets like all his good knickknacks.
If you want to be there, Rizzo's there, but I think maybe not. I don't know if I can deal with Rizzo today. Okay, so you go into the Molsterat.
Yeah, table for two, and we find like a little quiet corner.
Booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. It's bright in here now, by the way. It's supposed to be like dim and ambiance, and now it's just like.
Oh, they're still working out the kinks.
Yep,
Okay, all right,
yep.
all right.
Yep. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave you two there.
I think
I think that's the place we need to leave you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Don't go. I'm struggling. Okay. I don't think.
I'm sorry.
No, every time you flip to me on the camera of me using the remote, it looks like I'm like, I don't know,
On the
Adam
plus-
Sandler clicking the situation.
On the
and
plus
I'm
side, your
not.
hair looks really great.
Thank
today.
you. I just did it. Okay, so
I am
let's-
fascinated by it.
Well, that's what I aim to do is fascinate and confuse. Okay.
You do
so-
both.
Thank you. My whole credo. Okay, so we are gonna jump into hack and slash and broker.
Oh.
I am going to preface this with I don't know how far we're gonna get,
That's okay.
but
We'll talk really fast.
no, we're not in a rush because Cam is being very generous to us today and not and letting us be in the building when they're not in the building. So we've got a little more freedom, but we're gonna get kicked off of Cam's channel at some point. So, okay, here's we go. With little to go on, hack and slash and broker follow the clues to the Copper Fang warehouse. Hoping to find two, instead they found traps waiting for them. After successfully releasing themselves, they ransacked the Copper Fang's office, finding Two's bag, a case full of fangs made out of copper, a locked and now bitten safe, and a note from the nightclub head of time. Deciding to go investigate this nightclub, hack and slash and broker rob two fairies and steal their dresses. This gets them into the nightclub. Let's get into the nightclub, shall we? Okay. So you enter in to this nightclub called Head of Time. At some point, we're gonna get some ambiance. But in the meantime, there we go. Let me describe what you see. So you walk in, and there are a couple different areas. The first area that you see, like you walk in and there are steps down, and then there's like a bunch of different areas that you can go. So when the steps down are more into like an audience burlesque table seating kind of deal. There's a stage up front, and there is on the stage a performer who seems to be wrapping up. Off to the other side is the bar. Whatever you want to imbibe in, I guess, is off to the other side. And then to the right is a very heavily secured passage that goes stairs up to a loft. And you can see up in the loft, you can see the people in the loft, and they are looking down over everybody. So that's what we find. That's what we see.
Okay.
Whoa. What are we looking for exactly again?
We're looking for the fairy that ran away
Right, that aloe person, right?
from the from the
thinking
warehouse. Isn't that where we sort of tracked them over in this direction?
Right.
Because we're trying to find out what the fuck they did with two. We're trying to find out what the fuck they did with two.
Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Dear God, I'm here with Blanche Dubois.
Let's ask around a little bit. I sort of forgot. This place is huge.
Right. I think we want to look around for anybody who's got some of those copper fangs, because those are the people that took two, so that's who we should be looking for.
That's a good point.
Should we split up, do you think is best, or should we stick together and make our way through the crowd that way? These are your people, not mine.
If you're gonna be on your own,
I just don't think it's gonna go very well because you're gonna get robbed. Let's try to stick close.
What do you mean I'm going to get robbed?
You're gonna get robbed.
Look at me, I'm going to get hit on.
No, you're right. Everybody has their time. All right, let's go.
Where are you going?
We're trying to walk through the crowd, and we're looking for any individual with strange-looking teeth.
Okay. Do you get up close and personal? Do you?
Well, I mean, you know,
Well, I mean,
Rub some shoulders.
You tell me. I think people are talking and sure, but like, it's we're not flashbanged yet, so it's dark in here still.
right.
Oh yeah, I don't want to have to worry about that.
Yeah, not yet. You will at some point.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's not get too close, but you know, maybe people won't mind if a couple of good-looking women are all rubbing shoulders and all that.
yeah, we'll make our way to the bar. I understand that that men are always anxious to buy women drinks, and so then we can go there and get free beverages and hit them for information while they're trying to seduce us.
It's actually not a bad idea. All right. Sure. We'll go to the bar.
We're fairies, but we have archaic views on gender. Got it. Here we go.
Well,
I like it.
Hack.
Some-
heck, yeah,
Yeah, there we go. There we
I
go.
mean, that's how it worked
Yeah.
in Boiler.
we didn't have any women.
Broker's like, I'm not even sure if incaps have gender.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this
We
works.
have like 35,000 or something.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It's weird. Okay, cool. You go up to the bar. Someone give me a name. We'll get a bartender. Sai. Ooh, that's fun.
It's a good bartender name.
It's a good bartender. They've got a name tag. We'll say for once.
Wow.
In Diction, there's a name tag on a ferry, and it
Wow.
says Sai.
About time.
In the underground, in the nightclub.
And also, that's totally not their real name.
They change it out every other week.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we should probably ask for a drink or something first, something small, to make sure that they know that we're in the mood for that kind of thing.
So looking around the bar, what's the general vibe of the crowd that's milling here? I mean, is it
Oh.
is it mostly couples? Is it mostly singles? Is it kind of mixed? Is it like an event where
Question.
people, you know, what's going on here in this place?
Good question. I like that. So I think first glance, it is a lot of like very nicely dressed and like you can't. People seem to be paired off, but you're really like not sure if it's like paired off for whatever reasons. If there's an event,
We don't know if they came together or if
Yeah,
they're leaving together.
Correct, right. There's a lot of folks who seem kind of interested in what the next act is going to be on the stage. I think some folks come for that specifically. I think, you know what? Give me a notice roll, and I'll see if you notice anything else.
Both of us are just.
Whoever wants to notice. You don't have to.
I mean, I am trying to notice.
It's a total of 2.
Oh, God. That was all negatives.
Okay, well then,
I don't notice
not
shit.
broker. Hack and slash. There are.
Checking
This
myself
is
out
this
in
is
the
my notes. This is the notes I wrote many weeks ago. Definitely drugs done here, but classy. Lines
Classy
of pixie
drugs.
stick dust, but in the bathrooms.
Mm.
So like classy drugs. I think honestly, like some of them are even on like nice platters. Like I think it's like not a secret. It's not again, you're in the underground. Like
Right.
this is not like we need to hide from the constables
Sure.
of like we're doing drugs here. But like it's nice. It's regulated, I think, in some way. I don't think people are bringing a ton of outside stuff in because there's decent stuff inside. I don't know how much you guys know about the gangs other than the Copper Fangs have copper teeth.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
I believe that's correct. I don't know what if you have any knowledge from.
I don't believe I was given anything else.
Yeah. So it's possible that every gang is here. You're not quite sure.
Right. Yeah, we're just like Hack is specifically looking for anyone who's got the glint of copper.
Yeah. You're not seeing
reflecting off
anyone
their
at your
teeth.
level.
Okay.
For sure.
But your level's like lower
Yeah.
than everybody else's level.
the level you're on, which is above the indent for the seating for the stage, but below the loft. So
Right.
you've got there's a
So
couple
we're in the
levels.
middle.
You're in the middle
area.
section. You're off to the side at the bar right now. I think at some point you hear like a soft applause, and you see that there's another act coming out on the stage, and it's a ink cap who's introduced as Frost, who's reading fortunes, so doing like crowd work.
Been a while since I been a while since I saw another ink cap wandering around these parts.
Is there any possibility that you would be able to strike up a conversation? I don't know what the relationship among ink caps is, if you tend to be, gregarious toward one another since there are so few of you.
It sort of depends on the circumstance. I mean, we all have one common friend, being something you don't believe in anyways.
Ah.
But, we could try to get our fortunes read. Always a possibility.
There's an idea.
Perhaps there's actually something going on there. If this ink cap can actually talk to the narrator, which I'm hoping they can, could get some information. It's a good profession to get into. I never really thought about it before.
Well, if you decide to go legit, there's your in.
Never.
Rude. I mean, do you want to go into the audience and
Yeah, let's
watch the act?
There aren't any people here around the bar area that seem to have the copper fangs, and despite Hack's certainty that they would be getting hit on within seconds, nobody is sending drinks over to them. So clearly,
got here.
yeah.
I think as you start walking away, someone's.
I look over and just.
Okay. So.
I was really expecting that bartender to say, "There's from the gentleman down at the end."
Maybe next time.
Hack, adjusts the turban he's wearing
Yeah.
and the little,
You know, you
little
look-
fox stole that he's got around
You
his
look
neck. and he-
disappointed.
Nah. Anyway, shall we make our way down to the fortune teller through the crowd there? See if we can suss anything out.
Yeah,
Also,
seems
keep
like
an
a
eye
good
open or an ear open to see if anybody talks about anybody named this Aloe, because that's who sent the letter. So they apparently high muckanucks here. Probably find them on the upper level if anything.
Yeah,
need
that
to-
was the person I was thinking we were looking
Right,
for.
right. There was there was a letter, right? It said, what did it say? Thanks for
about the
getting sugar
shipment?
ahead of time, and that was signed by this Aloe person. It was on the letterhead from this establishment, so presumably that person has some dealings with the Copper Fangs or whatnot.
I do worry, of course, that we're going to be getting too involved in something that's a little bigger than us. Got to be careful when it comes to sugar trade.
Right. Okay.
We can ask around. but
Yes,
We're
yes.
still here just for two.
I mean, we're here gathering information is what we're doing,
Right.
right?
Right.
Let's keep focused on that, not having a good time.
That comes later after we get two back.
Right. Okay. So, so we make our way over towards where the ink cap is telling the fortunes. Again, keeping an eye open to see if anybody on this level seems to be more of the Copper Fang
Yeah.
gang type.
No.
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 So we're not having any luck turning up
No.
copper Fangs here in
Not
this crowd.
not
this
in the
thing.
like,
Right.
regular schmegular level.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might need to go up top.
Okay, so, but the ink cap is very dramatically like pulling the ink off, like, I don't know, like a cool juggling thing. And then like, taking it and then, what is your question? So Hannah and Liz, can you just ask a random question that a fairy might ask? Just to ask it.
No.
Do it. I just need one thing.
No, I got it. Will I pass the scholar finals?
Oh, and you go into the
Going
underground?
into the underground. asking.
God.
You know what? College students, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's desperate.
Yeah. I don't know.
This guy's been
I-
awake for 3 days.
I gotta get out of Oratory City, and I heard that.
Yep.
There's a lot of tourism going on.
They got some sugar there to help you get through finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what people use sugar for, maybe.
The voices are telling me that you will not. I'm so sorry.
I
wonder.
studied so hard.
I wonder if there's any legitimacy to anything that they're saying.
But invest in stocks.
Oh, well,
invest
never mind.
Okay.
Like celery stalks.
No. They're talking about the stock market, which is about celery. Yes, buying and trading celery.
You there.
Where did I misplace my keys?
That's a good question. It's always something to know.
Okay, so let me see. There are two people typing right now. Oh no, it's three now.
Are we waiting on audience responses? Is that what's going on?
Oh, okay, hang on. I'm gonna wait for this third response.
Oh,
All
gosh.
three. This is so good.
Man, the
I
narrator's
love doing a
going-
bit.
The narrator's going crazy.
Oh, there's a. Do you have more than one key?
3 keys.
Okay. Well, I'm hearing that it might be in Albuquerque with your ex-wife. But it's possible it's in your shoes, in the couch, or left them at work. Perhaps all 3 are in those places. Do you leave bitch?
It would be your ex-wife. She's like that.
Thank you.
And like does another like pulls the ink for, you know, it's really fun and then like nom, nom, nom. Okay. Concession broker, you actually asking a question.
Howdy.
What is your question?
Well, I mean, we're trying to figure out if, well, let's say we misplaced a friend of ours. They got lost. We were wondering if you could help us find them. Any chance?
Yes, he's gone missing and we don't have any idea how to track him down. And he's just a wee little fellow. And we're very worried about him. Could you
Okay.
please help us?
Frost like, oh God, John.
I'm so concerned
Uh-oh.
now, John. What did you do?
I think literally Frost goes, whoa.
Are they being particularly chatty today?
Your friend seems to be lost.
Well, we know that. That's why we're talking to you.
Do you want to hear what they have to say or not?
Well, yes.
Yes.
All right. Right. Well, they seem to have gone on a trip. So, multiple spots, multiple places. With you the whole time? No, that doesn't make any sense. I'm getting a lot of conflicting answers. Perhaps they're on the move right now.
Any sort of positive and negative thoughts on that, or
I am not
generally
here
on the
to
move?
judge the answers.
I told you this was all a waste of time. These ink caps are all making this up about their ability to talk to extra people.
Now, I take personal offense to that.
Well,
That's between you two. What is happening?
Sorry,
You
dear.
guys, please, please. This is worse than broker. Please.
Oh. If it's worse than me,
Okay,
that's not
I'm
good.
gonna read all of the answers thus far.
Oh.
The 10th level of hell.
Oh.
Lost in time. My house.
Oh.
With you the whole time or in the bathroom. Underground. More underground. Deep underground, aka in hell. Here in your heart. Seek them with the closing of eyes.
Death?
So apparently 2 is dead. God hell, great.
I don't
Two is
think
dead.
that's correct. I don't think any of that's correct. I think everybody.
that Incap's narrator is fucked up.
Your mom's house? Please.
That narrator is connected directly to the horror section of the library.
Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, so I think that like Frost, they they're very confused. First of all.
Yeah, no, that's totally legit.
and
that
then-
narrator's saying some weird shit.
and so then like and so then like they and do a spiel at the end of their like the fortunes I tell are but it drops in the ink ocean of words. Yeah, and they're like and they're like they walk off kind of shaken, I think, because holy shit.
The narrator, I don't know if they can hear me or not when I'm not actively imbibing in ink, but I think Roker just goes, "The fuck did you say?" Whatever it was, shit was unhinged.
Okay, so and then like we clap Frost off,
Why are you clapping for that? That was absolute shit.
Shut up.
and there's like someone next. You didn't see the beginning of it. It was a spectacle. And then on stage walks. Let me. Actually, fuck, sorry, my notes are fine, but not great. They could be better. I swear I actually.
I'll stay in this nightclub forever. I'm just it's fine.
I'm kind of like
It
it.
is,
Yeah.
it is absolutely a vibe.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so so out on stage, so like the spotlight follows them off, and then another spotlight follows another fairy on, and it's a beautiful curvy fairy with bright finger-waved aloe green hair and drooping painted lady butterfly wings, wearing a champagne-colored sparkly dress and long opera gloves. If you
Wow.
if you
Whoa.
if
my
you
God.
know the comedian Lucy Darling, I'm basing it a little bit off of her. And she comes on stage and she like says, oh, that was Frost, blah blah blah, and then like thanks everybody for coming. Thanks everybody for not killing each other because once again this is neutral ground, and if you cause any issue, you will be taken care of immediately. She doesn't go into description.
No need.
No need. Just as you look like you might cause some trouble. No, I didn't think so. That kind of deal. Just really sweet, really fun, and fun to look at. And
Yeah.
I mean, we love a beautiful fairy. And then she introduces the next act, which is the guy who plays mouth trumpet.
Is he at least good at it?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
great.
No.
Then,
Aloe
respectable.
gets the like good
Okay,
talent,
cool.
the good dealers, the good everything. But yeah, she makes an appearance. She thanks everybody for coming, and then she leaves the
Does she
stage.
say her name?
No.
Okay, so we don't know who the fuck she is.
No.
Okay.
She's making an assumption that by entering into her establishment, you know who she is, kind of deal.
Can we infer that, or is that just
That's
like
up to you on what you want to infer.
just a one dice?
I
I don't think
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I think at best I'm like, maybe? No.
Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. Me too.
Don't do that.
We're all dying pretty
Oh,
slowly.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, so now what?
Well, we haven't gained any important information yet. We could head back up to the bar for a little while, but the longer we spend waiting around, the more lost two's gonna be. You know?
Right.
So.
And if
maybe-
your narrator has anything to say, they could be in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah.
Pizza Hell, your mom's house. I don't know what they're talking about.
Those are some wild guesses.
You
Why-
didn't hear
Why
that.
would the narrator
That
say
was
any
not,
of those
That
things?
was not in canon.
Oh,
that was
okay.
me just for the VOD putting into what actually was being said in the Discord.
That
You
is some
heard
weird
you-
guesses.
Yeah. That's not what you heard.
No. it
You
definitely
heard
seemed-
Frost go, long journey on the move. That's what you heard Frost say.
And also look unsettled.
Yeah, and also look really freaked out.
To be fair, I'm actually kind of a little worried, given that they looked freaked the fuck out. So if there was anything they saw about 2 that was that bad, we might have a problem.
Well, we might need to escalate things a bit here.
Well, we definitely don't want to be causing violence because apparently we will be taken care of by everyone here. We'll see. Either way, we should try to get up to the top floor.
I think that sounds like the logical place to head. We haven't seen any sign of the fairy that we spotted across the warehouse.
No.
Yeah, we are looking for them specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, not in your area.
Okay.
And we did tail them all the way here, right? So we actually have an idea that they're probably here.
They're probably here, yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's see if we can't find that specific one. Let's go to the top floor, give it a once over.
Very good.
Okay, so
Heading up.
you head over to the VIP section. There is specifically head of time security. So not anybody specific. It is building security standing before the entrance. And they tell you that you have to be searched and get a temporary spell placed on you in order to go up.
So they're standing in front of what, like a set of stairs? Are they like one of those really wide, like bodyguard types who's like blocking the whole stairwell or something?
There's a couple of them. There's many, many fairy body types. And a mouse.
How bright is it in here?
Not bright yet. It will be
Foreshadowing.
soon. It will be soon. And I'm probably going to make it a problem.
I will say,
The lights going on very brightly at a nightclub is always a problem.
Yeah.
Broker is an ink cap wearing all black in a dim room, and so I'm thinking there's maybe a stealth chance here. I might be able to sneak past them.
Well, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's make distractions.
That's exactly what I was about to ask. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah. You distract them, I can give it a once over.
Your distraction, yeah, I'm going to say this is a created advantage for
Yep.
distraction. I'm going to say you have to do it at a 5.
Out of 5, all right. Because these guys are professionals.
They're
and-
professionals. They're looking out for it. There's an ink cap on staff, so it's not like...
They know what they're capable
Yeah,
of.
it's not like this is unusual.
That ink cap probably isn't trying to sneak past people, though.
You've never met Frost. You don't
We
know.
should hang out.
You should hang
I
out.
should have gotten their number.
Well, they left and they were working.
Damn it! I'm never gonna get a date.
Not with that attitude.
That's not true. Booker can totally get a date.
Okay. And then I will say if you create the advantage, then you can invoke it. Your amount is still going to be the same. So
Got it.
5 across. But if you
Yeah,
have that, you can spend a fate point.
All right, cool.
So,
Yes, so I believe that Hack and Slash is going to approach the bodyguard people there and say, hello. I don't know what kind of establishment this is, but I wish to register a complaint with the management.
okay.
Oh god. Okay.
So what, are you just provoking?
He's going full Karen. He is,
All right.
and
So I love it.
Right.
Great. This is fantastic.
Well, I mean, do you need to roll for it? You assume you do, right?
You got to hit a 5
Yeah.
I got to hit a 5.
with a,
That'd be a Karen of all Karens.
I imagine this is a provoke. Unless
My provoke is a +4. It's what I'm best at.
Yeah, that's the whole.
I'm
that's
very
your
good
whole
at pissing
thing.
people off.
That
Unless you
was,
roll all
however, a
that.
-4 on the dice.
Oh my god!
Please re-roll it.
Wow! What are you invoking?
That's like
I am
expensive.
invoking. This is to get 2 back.
All
and
right,
I
yeah,
am,
I'll accept
I am
it.
reluctantly grown fond of 2, the little shites.
I'm
so-
gonna be such a fucking bitch to get 2 back.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's my nephew.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a +2. That comes out to a total of 6.
Okay.
So
Cool.
so Hack and Slash
So-
goes absolutely total Karen on these people, getting
Sure.
right up in their faces. Like every YouTube video that has gone viral of somebody complaining and
Sure.
and being obnoxious.
We're gonna call this. I don't know. Get the manager. So you said that's
Mega Karen.
No, we're
No.
not. We're not doing that because there's no such thing as a Karen. It's called a turnip.
Okay.
There's a
Yeah,
woman named-
it's the Fae term.
yeah, the,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
woman named Turnip was terrible, and they kicked her out of diction.
Turnip. Everyone knows
Yeah,
about turnip.
everyone hates Turnip. So you said that was a 1 over.
That was yeah, I got
so
6.
so there's one free invocation. So you've got 1 free one if you want to use that.
Yeah, and I'm definitely using the opportunity as they all look at Hack starting to bitch him out to just do. I think if it's like a set of stairs with like it's like a general like sort of square hallway thing. I think what I'm going to try to do is try to just go like over and around them, kind of like over the walls, using my quick speed, my speedster abilities. So it's so neutral. So it ends up being a 4. Can I? Is that a free invoke?
Yeah, use the free one.
So I'm gonna boost that up to a 6.
Okay.
That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. So here's what I'm gonna say. You get up to the top of the loft.
Running in my high heels.
And here's what you see. You see someone leaving out the back. You see. Let me see if I can open this correctly.
Mushroom cap low over the eyes.
Oh god, this is the wrong description. Fuck.
This room doesn't look like I expected it to.
It looks fine. It looks like a loft area, but that's not the point. The point is that there's like nice tables and there's only right now only one group of people. And I'm trying to see if I can find, because I don't remember exactly what I described this guy as. I know what in my mind, but you see a pinstripe suit, dragonfly wings, iridescent long hair of pine. You see let me see if I can get her description up as well. You see some of Pine's staff there. Oh, I would love for my notes to load. Petite fairy with lunar moth wings, neutral palette, mahogany. You see a. Ooh, I love these descriptions. I'm so good at this. If I could get my notes
Nothing
to
like
load.
congratulating your own description.
Listen,
God,
I think I'm great. Okay,
I'm
so you see
amazing.
someone who's tall, blue-skinned, silky black hair, wearing a black vest over a black button-up with pinstripe pants. She has cricket wings and is holding a black top hat in her hand. And you see a kind of stout looking fairy with red face paint over striking blue eyes, tan skin, black leather duster, dull red hair, no wings. Those are all the people you see at the top in the loft right now, and that's where I'm going to time us right now because, we are overtime.
Whoops.
We are overtime. So what I'm going to say is thank you for watching Health Hits Experience. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be back again next week. Once again, thank you to Cam for letting us use their studio, their facilities, their equipment during a time when they are off and they should be enjoying their vacation.
Thanks, guys.
They've been very kind to us, and we wouldn't have the show without them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Music, sound effects provided by Sirenscape and Abby Kopic. Abby killed it this time round. Thank you. I love this. This was so fun.
Big fan.
Thank you to Molly, especially for coming out and dealing with our technical issues. Thank you so much. And thank you to Abby McCauley in the control room. Sorry I scared you. I love you. Okay. And special thanks to Community Access Media as always. And thanks to you for watching. Thank you to the audience for joining me in the Discord. We love you. We'll watch some more. We will see you next time. Goodbye.